while I speak, will somebody please play through? Somebody who's able to play. Yeah, so this is a game I made in PuzzleScript, which is like a very simple scripting device for puzzle games that is rule-based. You can start it with X. You use X or space.
Or focus on the screen.
Use the keys.
Yeah, no.
Well, what's the power of factory? That usually requires him to move some boxes in the room. So Hotline.
And basically all the puzzle games that are possible. And you can restart the game with R and undo with Z.
Like now.
Yeah, if you program.
I was so Hotline, so I was. Powers gained sentence and certificate of.
And as you can undo with that. And as you can see, I choose the topic, how is it? Crazy power-ups? Yeah.
Move inside the space.
You need to be more careful the next time. They should not see you if you cover yourself with a box. That's it. Okay. But maybe I can push that.
Wow.
Being a good worker, Bob left a note to the health pack specialist. Dr. Freeman, MIT graduate, has 15 years experience with health packs. He will know what to do with them. Oh. Okay.
And it's quite short, so we'll probably.
No. No.
Oh, so much for 15 years experience.
The idea was to have strange power-ups. And so imagine a vertical shooter with power-ups just doing random bizarre stuff. Looking bizarre and achieving bizarre things. The basic lesson this game ought to teach you is you pick up a pickup because it looks nice. Then you regret it instantly. And you spend the rest of the game not only dodging the pickups, not only dodging the bullets, but also the pickups. But yeah. And the whole thing with the power-up is, imagine, for example, you had to pick them up to combo them. So you actually need to delve into danger. You could imagine like having a sort of choreography with the pickups, starting with the banal-looking ones, like just the orbs with the letter on them, like you already know from every shooter ever, and then just go off into the zany stuff. And we had these, like setting out, we had this idea with the, okay, so you're gonna have a pickup that makes your movement go in wavy patterns, your own movement. Then you have the most useless guns ever. I actually had projectiles for a cat gun or something. And which was literally the length of your ship only. So the game would be fighting you at every chance it gets, just using the pickups.
Well, we have the pickups, they just don't do anything when you pick them up.
Exactly. So imagine the joke in your heads. Thank you.
We took on a little bit on the upside down theme, but we're not really come very far. So the idea is you are this little fish and you're dead. So the problem is that the collision detection is really, really bad for the time being. It's completely misaligned. So there are random monsters, random sea creatures appearing. And the idea is that the perspective changes with the way the fish is moving, and if now you're dead. So as I said, like it's currently, unfortunately, in a state where collision rectangles are somewhere and not where they should be, and I didn't get around fixing that. But this is the basic idea, and of course, there's lots to improve. That's all there is. I can turn off again. Yeah, I will remove. I will go now in cheat mode, and then the movement makes more fun. Whee! I've seen flying fish actually in the last vacation, and that was amazing. So this was my first time trying Piglet, which is a Python OpenGL wrapper, and I'm actually quite satisfied. Like the API is quite nice, and it doesn't come though with anything that is physics related or some such. But you can rather seamlessly move from simple primitives like sprites with all these animations, everything that's all done for you. But you can also go down the OpenGL. So, for example, if you take a look here at the main game loop here, so everything works with me messing around with the view matrix, so that I can actually achieve the change of perspective of the fish. Thank you.
These are sheep, and I have to collect as many sheep as possible without collecting the evil shark cows. And you know, if I collect sheep, I get bigger, and if I collect shark cows, cow sharks. If I collect shark cows, I get smaller, and if I get too small, I die. And I need to collect, like, I don't know, 30% of the sheep.
Looks easy enough.
So, okay. Okay.
So what is the background story? How did that happen?
It's inspired by Katamari Damacy and Yellow Submarine and sheep.
That's the end. Beautiful. I've won very often, actually. But you collect your
Sure it does.
And you did all these sound effects orally, didn't you?
Wow.
Wow. How?
I didn't make a game because Unity didn't want to work with me, so I made something else.
Oh.
It's a thing.
That's pretty much it. It's like 3JS, which is a like engine for WebGL. It's actually surprisingly easy to do this kind of visualization. It's like 5 lines of code in JavaScript with some audio library native, at least in Chrome.
In Chrome, yeah.
Yeah. So I want something new today, even if I didn't make a game.
So you are actually analyzing the music when it plays?
Yeah. Well, I just get the frequency data per frame and do some stuff.
I like
with
it.
And the spiral in the middle is procedurally generated. I took like 3 hours to figure that out.
So I thought about basically a social network that was made up of all these panels. So basically there are no real users in the world. So you have all these corporations, and these corporations make a lot of spam bots. On the other side you have all the SIGINT companies, that's NSA, all the spying companies. And the spies are all spying on spam bots. So basically they're all trying as hard as they can to get what they want. The corporations want as many page views as possible, so they invest in servers, they try to make the spam bots more convincing. So basically by increasing the communication levels, to make believable posts, and not just basically, oh yes, look at this site, blah blah blah. It's completely unrelated. Sort of tower defense game between these two parties. This goes on for a while. So the circles are servers, green squares are spam bots or user profile. That's when the player comes in, because the player is the ghost in the network. The goal for the player is to create the biggest network possible, with as many connections as possible, and to reach basically processing power and create more servers and become stronger. So there are basically 3 goals going on in the game. But the player as the network AI can play a role. Basically you can go on a server and then generate duplicate data or obfuscate profile data, basically intercept a cable and then say, okay, so I'm going to decrease the page views, so they're going to invest more in, cable structures or whatever, more servers or more connections between servers, whatever. They're probably the most realistic AIs I've ever written. You know, for humans, like NSA collectives, it's math and random. So it's completely I think that's about, well, yeah, that's probably realistic human behavior. At the bottom there, you can see filter spam. That's a big option that becomes available when the network has grown enough, when they've gathered enough data. And that's an end-game option. So if the NSA uses the spam filter, they realize that all data was spam, so then they stop. Like, okay, so we have all the data. It's a completely useless network. On the other side, the corporations also have a year financial analysis or something, and then they find out that nobody actually bought anything, everybody just clicked. So, yes, that's basically it.
And we want to do something with the power-up thing, but there's no power-ups, there's only players and things that move once they're activated by other things, so they're basically power-ups. And what happens is you have to move around in the level by applying like force, like if you're pumping then you're moving them around. And they create randomly beats and sounds, and well, if you push them into the red areas, they die. But there's also like end areas and green areas, and if you move away far enough, you see that the level is a note key. So basically, if there's only like some are activated, and they can only activate each other. And if like too many of the ones that are activated are dead, you can't move them to the end area anymore. That's it. Cool. And the green areas are like the target areas. And now there's only one left. You hear it because it generates some sound. Ah, it's down there. So we might even finish the game the first time.
So, is it cooperative or?
Yeah.
Sounds lonely.
That's it.
Outside.